Hello, you guys. Welcome back. And if you are new here, welcome. My name is Violetta Alexis, and I've been a tarot reader for 5 years. Before we get started, I do want to give a special shout out to our trusted sponsor, Psychic Source. Psychic Source is the oldest and most trusted psychic service in the industry, and they have been around for over 35 years. Now, you know I love diving into tarot and astrology with you, but sometimes it pays off to go a little bit deeper, and that is where Psychic Source comes in. Their community is full of vetted, gifted advisors, where only about 2% that apply actually get in, and you can connect in any way that you feel is most comfortable, whether it's a phone call, video chat, or text. I actually tried a session myself, and it was pretty eerie on how much they picked up on, considering that they were validating things I had already been picking up on my own readings, and I was able to move forward with a little bit more clarity, and I love that. The best part, through my link, you can get up to 40 minutes for $19.80. That is a $240 value. You don't have to use all your minutes at once, and you can even try multiple advisors until you find the right one for you. And since you're watching on YouTube, you can scan the QR code to start your session instantly. Thank you so much to Psychic Source for sponsoring and supporting this channel. And if you've been looking for a sign to gain personal clarity, this is it. Hey Aries, I hope you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and see what's going on between you and your person between March 8th through to the 14th. Show me Aries. We have the Knight of Wands reversed in your feelings. How you view this person is the Queen of Pentacles. Your future actions towards them, the Queen of Cups. For some of you, this can be a same-sex relationship. That's obviously not for all of you. Let's see your person. The Eight of Cups in their feelings. The Four of Cups for how they see you. And the Three of Pentacles for their future actions. Okay. Well, it doesn't look like it ends badly, so let's see that Knight of Wands reversed in your feelings. The Nine of Cups. Okay. So Aries, you know, I'm not going to lie to you. You may be being a little bit selfish during this time. You may be very focused on what do I want? What do I need? What am I going to get out of this, right? Which can be very Aries. But with that Knight of Wands reverse, it's a little inconsistent. It's a little irresponsible. It's like somebody who's really not taking someone else seriously. So whether or not that's true, that's certainly true for whomever is on this side. And it may be also that you're more so worried about getting this person's attention and, again, focused on what you can get out of it. And sometimes that has its place. Now, for how you see this person, the Queen of Pentacles with the Four of Wands reversed, I think that you view this as somebody who's quite independent, takes care of themselves. This could be a businessman or a businesswoman, but the way that you're viewing them is very much in feminine energy. The Queen of Pentacles is not going to lower her standards in order to get somebody or to be with someone. She usually puts herself first. And because of this, it can be making you feel some kind of way. Four of Wands reverse, it can be making you feel insecure or feeling like you're not really welcome in this person's space this week. But it might be because of, I don't know, your feelings or your potential behavior. So watch out for that. Your future actions towards this person, the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Wands reversed. So you have feelings for them. There is true, honest to God love here, but for some reason you don't seem to be very inspired or motivated. It's like a false start or some level of an inconsistency when it comes to your action and or inaction towards this person. Why is that Ace of Wands reversed? The Empress. There seems to be a lot of queens on your side. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Cups. We have the Empress. I think really what it comes down to is you may not really be ready to commit at this time. You may be exploring your options. There may be too many cooks in the kitchen. You may be conversing with some other people besides this particular individual. That's what I got from that. So it doesn't really feel like a committal energy coming from you. Reverse this if you need to. So in this person's feelings, we have the Eight of Cups with the High Priestess reverse. This is somebody who is having a hard time trusting their gut instincts when it comes to staying or going. And that's when it comes to you. I think this is somebody who feels like this is essentially an illusion and doesn't really make sense to them. So they're kind of deciding, well, you know what? Maybe I should just go ahead and go my own way. Maybe I should take a walk, especially if something has been revealed about you or will be revealed about you in some way. This person may even reveal something to you as well, like, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore, or this isn't really what I expected. And with that Four of Cups, this is probably somebody who feels like you lack gratitude. Like you are somebody who always feels like the grass is going to be greener on the other side, that you can always get something better, or again, just that you're never really grateful for anything that they do. The one thing that I did want to kind of point out, which I didn't point out earlier, is you do have the Nine of Cups in your feelings for this person. So I do think there's gratitude, but I think that there's a deep undercurrent of insecurity that you have about them, or not about them, in regards to yourself and how that manifests in the relationship. So what do I mean by that? I mean, you may look at this person like they check off every box on the list, but that can instill some kind of fear in you. It's like when a guy really is attracted to a woman and he finally gets her in bed and then he can't get it up because he has performance anxiety, you know, and I'm not saying that's your issue, right? But it kind of reminds me of that. So be cautious of any self-sabotage. The Four of Cups with the Wheel of Fortune. So I think that this person views you as either A, very wise, or maybe you guys are at a distance from one another. Maybe you guys have similar belief systems or something like that. But mostly this is somebody who feels like you are fated in their life in some way. And I do feel like they've learned a lot from you just by experiencing you, speaking with you, dating you, whatever it may be. But at the same time, it's like they feel like you reject the good in your life, or you reject the positive people in your life, or them, or whatever, because you feel like there's always something bigger or better or grander that you can have. And maybe that's true, I don't know, but they're basically seeing it as you just not being grateful for what you have. Their future actions, the Three of Pentacles and the Magician reversed. I think that this person is attempting to get on the same page with you, but at the same time, they may have some doubts that this can really manifest in real time, because they more so have insecurities, maybe because of a third party potentially. So they're trying to just kind of like get along and get on the same page, but I don't really know how far that's going to go. Your advice is the Eight of Cups reversed with the Knight of Cups reversed. You really want to ask yourself if you're repeating any kind of cycles in your life that aren't suiting you. Do you keep going back to a certain person that is an illusion, that isn't really realistic? Do you keep going back to some kind of behavior, manipulative or otherwise, that also is not really working for you? It's basically saying you need to get out of an emotional loop. If you're the second person that I read for, you have the World reversed for your advice, and you have the Two of Swords. This feels like something that's been hanging over your head for a while, and it's likely time for you to stop avoiding something, or it's time for you to see something clearly. Maybe you do already, and kind of shut it down, basically. So that's what I have for you, Aries and Cross Watcher. Make it a good one, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading or a private one-on-one session, whether text or a phone call, you can visit me at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. All of that information can be found in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment. Have a good one. All right, Taurus, let's go ahead and see what we got for you for this week. Show me Taurus towards their person. You're in the energy of or in your feelings is the Eight of Wands. How you see this person is the Ten of Swords. Oh boy, okay. And the Three of Swords reversed for your actions. Oof, the Tower and the Ace of Pentacles. Tell me about that Eight of Wands. The Eight of Pentacles reverse. You have some things to say. There's a lot of things on your mind, things that you want to discuss about this connection or where it's going. Perhaps something doesn't meet your standard. Maybe you are feeling criticized, and so that in turn is making you very self-critical. Whatever it is, you feel like these issues need to be discussed because you feel like there's no real progress being made. And I think what you really want is movement forward. For some of you, this connection can be at a distance, which can cause some kind of issues as well. The Ten of Swords for how you see this person with the King of Cups. Why the Ten of Swords? The Page of Swords. There may be something that this person sees or that you see where someone feels betrayed. You do view this person as someone who is either mature or genuinely loves you, and I think that you love them as well. This seems to be something that's more established, but there is a betrayal, or there is maybe a mindset shift that you feel like this person is having with that Ten of Swords being clarified by the Page of Swords. You may feel like there's something you see online that makes you second guess where this is going. They may have a discussion with you where they're questioning your motives or something that they've seen. So that Three of Swords reversed with the Two of Wands reversed, it feels like to me, especially with this Mercury retrograde, it feels like to me old conversations or old hurts are being brought up, and something current during this week may end up triggering a past hurt or a past issue between the two of you that needs to be settled. Because whatever it is, you seem to be hurting and you're not over it and you're not going to let it go. And there's no way to move forward until you feel like you have some level of comfort or understanding or closure in regards to the situation, because you don't really seem happy. And with that Tower and that Ace of Pentacles, I think there's something that happens that surprises you or shocks you or even shocks this person. But there is a chance to rebuild if that's what you guys want. So let's see this person. Show me Taurus's person towards the Taurus. Their feelings, the Eight of Swords. How they see you is the Page of Wands. And the Sun for their actions. The bottom of the deck is the Hermit and the Six of Cups reversed. Okay. Tell me why the Eight of Swords is here. The Empress. Well, that's you, Taurus. The Empress is Taurus. It almost feels like this is someone who doesn't really know how to treat you, or they don't know if they can meet some kind of standard that they feel like you have in store or you have set for yourself. So for instance, maybe you say, I want flowers once a week the entire time I'm in a relationship. Okay, just an example. And they're like, well, I don't think that I can do that. And you're like, well, that's what I want because this isn't working. So they may be like, what do I do? How do I get Taurus the flowers, you know? And so they're kind of stuck, but this is somebody who feels like you are the cream of the crop, you know, the butter on the bread, right? The top notch in some regard. This person values you and thinks that you're either very beautiful or very handsome, whatever gender you identify with. How they see you, we have the Page of Wands and the Ten of Wands. It's kind of cute. And the reason why I say that, the Page of Wands is more of a new energy. It's more of a childlike energy. It's somebody who tends to be a little bit big for their britches, or they may have really big dreams and really big goals, but they're confident enough to see them through. And with that Ten of Wands, this is somebody who feels like you're willing to take responsibility for what you want. You're willing to take responsibility for what you decide you're worth. You're willing to end things maybe if you feel like it doesn't meet some kind of goal or passion that you have in life. So I do want to see that Ten of Wands, the Temperance, you know, and there's no two ways about it. This is somebody who looks at you like you are long term, like you are willing to take the long road. You're not really here for shortcuts, for them to take shortcuts towards you or for you to take shortcuts in general. So I really see this person viewing you as someone who has a very specific standard that you feel like needs to be met. Then we have the Sun and the Seven of Cups reversed. This person knows that you are not totally happy with them. They may feel like you're holding a grudge of some sort. But to me, with that Hermit there, this is somebody who is becoming more self-aware because of the mistakes that they've made, because of the way that you're communicating to them and explaining why you're disgruntled or why you're upset with how the connection is going. And this is somebody who is kind of like getting a reality check about the situation, and they're trying to be as positive as possible. They're trying to make you happy. They're trying to shine a light on the positive. They're choosing you. They are making you their first choice or prioritizing you, in my opinion. This is like rose-colored glasses are off. They're shining a reality on the action that they need to take. So to me, this is somebody who is taking the lead. If you are the first person that I read for, your advice is the Seven of Pentacles reverse and the Six of Pentacles reverse. Don't feel guilty about asking for what you're worth. I think that you do have a specific standard. Make sure you also set that standard for yourself when it comes to how you treat you, etc., because that will directly reflect into the universe. I know the woo-woo talk, right? But seriously. And so don't be afraid to treat yourself very well. Don't be afraid to ask for what you want. But also don't take advantage of a situation that's going to give you some kind of bad karma in the long run. If you are the second person, we have the Seven of Wands and we have the Page of Cups reversed for your advice. Don't close off from your heart out of fear or defensiveness. I think this is about maintaining a specific stance for yourself. If you're feeling intimidated in some way, or you're feeling like you can't amount to something, that's just a story that you have told yourself. So for instance, if you feel like, oh, well, I'm not worthy, and this is a story that you've told yourself, that's going to be true for you because it's a narrative that you continuously repeat. So instead, switch that to I can do this, or I deserve this, or whatever the case may be. Does that make sense? So that's what I have for you, Taurus and Crosswatcher. Have a good one and make it a great week. Bye for now. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading or a private one-on-one session, whether text or a phone call, you can visit me at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. All of that information can be found in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment. Have a good one. Hello, Gemini. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and see what is going on between you and your person. First, we're going to start with you. Reverse the roles if you need to. Show me Gemini towards their person, please. In your feelings, we have the Death reversed. How you see your person is the Four of Pentacles. Your future actions, the King of Pentacles. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the Moon and the Six of Cups reverse. All right. What about Gemini's person? Show me Gemini's person. In this person's feelings for you, we have the Six of Wands. How they see you is the Page of Swords. Well, that's Gemini energy. Their future actions, Four of Swords. Okay. All right, so let's see. Show me the Death reversed for Gemini's feelings. The Hangman. Okay. You're feeling like something isn't really changing, and I think that you're having a hard time letting go of something that you keep thinking about, potentially in a negative light. I don't think you want to let go of this person either, but you kind of feel like you need to hang back and gain a different perspective, and even potentially let go of this if you feel like you need to. For some of you, you may feel like you need to sacrifice your ego in some way, or make a sacrifice if you want to keep this particular person. So then how you view this person is the Four of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. So you view this person as a feminine. If you need to reverse it, reverse it. you feel like this is somebody who's a straight shooter. This is not someone that you see as they're going to sugarcoat a conversation or sugarcoat their thoughts or try to save your feelings. If anything, you feel like this person is not afraid to be stingy with their love or their communication, especially if they feel like something is unjustified, or maybe if they feel like they're not getting something from you. You view them as a no nonsense, responsible, straight to the point, tell it like it is person. And this week, it seems like they're communicating with you, but you may also feel like they're holding something back or they're not telling you everything. But it doesn't feel like it's in a sneaky way. It feels more like short, like they're being short with you. We have the King of Pentacles with the Nine of Swords for your actions. So there's this energy about you towards them where you're attempting to be generous. You're attempting to be stable. You're trying to show up and actually be committal, responsible, but you're worried that it's not enough, or you're worried that what you have to offer isn't going to amount to anything, or you're concerned about what this person thinks of you. So there is a little bit of a worry. There's also this feeling of, I'm probably going to have to make a lot of sacrifices in order to keep this person, or whatever it may be. Now, as far as your person goes, in their feelings, we have the Six of Wands and the Knight of Wands. They love the attention. I'm not going to lie to you. They feel very seen by you. They feel like you notice them. They probably also feel like when they walk into a room, people notice them just in general terms. This is somebody who wants to take action towards you. They're incredibly passionate about you as well, but it feels more lighthearted. It doesn't feel like they're all serious and they're taking things too seriously and they want to talk about serious stuff. It feels like they're just having a good time, honestly. I'm not saying that they're not serious about you, but that's just how the vibe is for this week. And we have some good transits for this week that are very lighthearted as well, so that's probably what it is. For how they see you is the Page of Swords and the Devil card. This person may feel like you pretend to be open-minded, but you're really not. They may feel like you're stuck in a certain narrative, or what you believe to be true is the truth regardless of the actual facts. And they may feel like you do this from a place of naivete, or because they feel like you're incredibly stubborn. This may be somebody who feels like you can kind of put your foot in your mouth a little bit. And that devil there, they also see you as somebody who sabotages yourself, especially in regards to your words or how you think or what you say. This person may also feel like you're spying on them. There may be some kind of karmic connection or toxic connection here, because they do view you as toxic, okay? The sex might be really good if this is intimate, though, okay? They may feel like the sex is really good. So that's great. So this person's actions, oh, I see. Okay. They're kind of healing. They're just like, I don't want to say they're indifferent necessarily with that Four of Swords and the Three of Swords reverse, but it is a good indication that whatever has transpired between the two of you, maybe in a negative way, they're getting over it. They're like, water under the bridge, or I don't really want to talk about it. I'm just kind of over it. It feels like a bit of a detachment. So that might explain why their feelings are like this. So for the first person I read for, we have hold your vision. That is your advice. So it seems like you have a very specific vision in mind when it comes to this person, something that you really emotionally want. I think it has a lot to do with that King of Pentacles and that Hangman. Why do I say that? Well, because those are your feelings and that's the action that you're taking. And the action that you're taking is in alignment with being committed to this person. But you're worried about how much you're going to have to give up or sacrifice in order to keep them. So really only you can answer, is it worth it? If you're the second person that I read for, it says it's time to take action. Okay, with what? The Ten of Pentacles. What do you want long term? What does your future look like? Does this make sense to you? Do you see this in down the line in 10 years from now? Whatever that answer is for you, you need to act on that immediately. Okay. So that's what I have for you, Gemini and Cross Watcher. Take care. Bye for now. You guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading or a private one-on-one session, whether text or a phone call, you can visit me at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. All of that information can be found in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment. Have a good one. Hi, Cancer. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and take a look at you and your person for the week of March 8th through to the 14th. Oh, I love it. Great way to start it out. So the Two of Cups is in your feelings, Cancer. The way that you see them, however, is the Justice reverse. We have Libra energy. We have Leo energy with the Strength card for the action that you're taking. And their feelings, we have the Eight of Pentacles for how they see you. We have the Four of Pentacles reverse. Lots of Earth energy on their side thus far. And then we have the Lovers, Gemini energy. So I'm not totally mad at this, but let's see, because I'm a little concerned about that Justice reverse. So tell me about Cancer's feelings with that Two of Cups and the Five of Wands reverse. Look at that. So you don't want to fight. You don't want to argue. You don't want any drama. You want to be understood and you want to be seen. And I think that that's what you feel is going on. You feel very connected to this person, even on a friendship level. So even if this is a very intimate, loving, romantic connection, there seems to be some level of camaraderie. Best friend kind of energy can be like the Two of Cups. So I really like it. You feel understood. You feel loved by them. The only issue is that Justice reverse with the Four of Cups reversed. I need one more for that. The Ten of Cups, okay. It seems like you feel they're being a little one-sided. You may feel like the relationship isn't 100% balanced. So the Justice card in the upright, okay, that's Libra energy. That is about what do we want? What can we create? And the Justice reverse is, it makes me think of the opposite sign of Libra, which is Aries. Nothing wrong with Aries, but it can be more me. What do I want? What am I getting out of this? And I think that's how you see them acting, or that's how you feel that they're acting, because you think that they're fearing that they're going to be in a disappointing situation again, or in maybe they feel like they may be rejected again. So you feel like they're putting a lot of focus on what they want on a personal level, although they are showing up in the relationship from what you can see. You may have a family with this person, maybe you guys live together, or it's just a very loving relationship, or this is somebody that you see yourself committing to if you haven't yet. So they bring you a lot of joy, a lot of love, all of those things. You may just feel like they're a little selfish sometimes. So then we have the Strength for your action with the Five of Pentacles. What's that Five of Pentacles? The Two of Pentacles. You may be a little fearful of how you're spending money, or you may be trying to, and I don't know what this has to do with the relationship, but it seems like you're trying to hold back from spending too much money or going into debt or even being abandoned. So it's like you're trying to keep things in the air. And I think that you're confident that you can. You're just trying to avoid a situation where this person leaves or where you run out of money. There may be a financial component to some degree. So then in this person's feelings, we have the Eight of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles reversed. They're going about the motions. They're feeling like there's a standard that's being met, or it's business as usual. There's an effort that they feel like they want to put into the connection, but the Page of Pentacles reverse can represent apprehension or a delay with something. They may feel, I'm putting in all of this effort, but where is it going? Or there's effort being put in on both sides. It's meeting a certain standard, but when is it going to exceed an expectation? Or we're putting in this effort, or I want to put in this effort, but I'm getting kind of bored. That can be the Eight of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles reversed. How they're seeing you is the Four of Pentacles reversed with the Hermit. Ooh, this reminds me of the South Node in Virgo right now. They feel like there's an old identity that you're currently shedding and letting go of. They either feel like you're going through a dark night of the soul, or they maybe feel like you are spending a little bit of time alone just to understand yourself better, or they just really feel like you are letting go of certain pieces of your identity that don't really suit you anymore and becoming a more mature, wiser person. So the Hermit's a great card. I mean, it's somebody who can be like a mentor or a teacher in some way, or even a guide. The Hermit's journey is someone who is, oh god, I'm just gonna, okay, sorry. The Hermit's journey is someone who is seeking something outside of themselves, and at the end of the journey they find that the thing that they've been looking for, they've had it the entire time. So this person feels like that's something you're currently doing. Maybe you always look for validation everywhere. Maybe they feel like you're deciding, I don't want to people please anymore. It's really dependent on your personal situation. Their actions towards you, the Lovers and the Fool reversed. So it's kind of giving me this energy again, where it's like the effort is being put in. They feel very passionate towards you. They're clearly communicating. They're putting in the effort. There's intimacy. There's love. There's all of those things. But there's still apprehension. I'm going to clarify to see why. The King of Pentacles. They may have questions on whether or not you are committed. They may want more from you from a committal standpoint or even a financial standpoint. So it's going to be different for all of you. For the first person, it says adjustments are required. What adjustments are required for this person? The Page of Pentacles. Okay. So it can be something in regards to budgeting finances, starting a business, putting in a certain amount of effort, raising a standard. The Page of Pentacles is no slouch. The Page of Pentacles is the hardest working page out of all the pages. So there's something here where it's asking you to build something. It's asking you to create something. And if you put your best foot forward, you may find that it will be worth it in the long run. If you're the second person, we have it's time to release negativity. What negativity? The Two of Cups. It's asking you to be happy or allow yourself to be happy. Now, if this first person that I read for is a total piece of shit and, is abusive or something like that, then maybe this person is the negativity, okay? Maybe it is your relational habits. Maybe it's how you connect or you don't connect with another person. Whatever it is, it's time to let those bad habits go. Thank you so much, Cancer, and thank you so much, Crosswatcher. Make it a great week. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading or a private one-on-one session, whether text or a phone call, you can visit me at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. All of that information can be found in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment. Have a good one. All right, Leo, you're up and your turn. Let's go ahead and see you and your person between March 8th through to the 14th. In your feelings, the Magician reversed. How you see this person is the World. Your actions this coming week is the Lovers. Okay. This person's feelings, the Seven of Pentacles. How they see you is the Six of Cups reversed. Their future actions, the Moon reversed. Okay. Tell me about that Magician reversed. No. I don't know if you guys have cats, but every time my cat sees a glass with water or ice or any kind of liquid, she always tries to spill it. We have to take her out of here because she's just going to mess with me the entire time. Tell me about that Magician reversed for Leo's feelings. The Sun. Okay. You feel like what you want or what you've been manifesting with this person isn't really happening, but you're willing to take the lead to make it happen. There may be a little bit of self-doubt. You may feel like there's something that you're missing in order to create the reality that you want with them. It may very well be confidence, but for a lot of you, you're willing to see it through. Your mindset is really what it comes down to, and your sense of happiness that you feel with this person. This is somebody who makes you very happy, although I do feel like you believe you're not quite getting something that you feel like you've manifested within said relationship. Then how you see this person, we have the World and the Ace of Pentacles. You see this person as mature, putting in the work, someone who's willing to close out cycles, either in regards to the connection or within themselves. But the World is Saturn. It's where we come to some level of completion. What I really love about this is that the Ace of Pentacles follows it, which tells me that after some kind of ending, not a negative one, the World is usually pretty positive, some level of closure, some level of evolution. We have accomplished something. That's how you see them. Now there's a new beginning because of that. So you see them as actually having something substantial to offer, something that you can count on, at least for this week. Then we have the Lovers and the Four of Swords. You're thinking a lot about your person and how you can connect with them on a deeper level. And I don't think you're just thinking about it. I also think that you're doing it. You feel like you and this person have a similar alignment, similar goals in mind, perhaps. There may be a conversation that you're having with them that is quite healing for the dynamic between the two of you. So I'm not mad at that. In this person's feelings, love it. Seven of Pentacles, King of Cups. If there were any two cards for an emotional investment, these would be them. This person is highly emotionally invested in you. They are more than likely in love with you. This is somebody who's thinking like, okay, how else can I invest in order to continue to hold space for Leo? How can I continue to invest my time or my energy or my emotions or my intimacy or my money or whatever it is in order to have a stable relationship with Leo? This is very healthy from what I can see. I do want to clarify that Magician reverse. Why is the Magician reversed? The Knight of Pentacles reversed. I really want you to be cautious of either A, caring too much about what this person thinks, or having so much self-doubt and insecurity that it overrides your ability to connect with another person. So like for me, for instance, I have deep insecurities when it comes to my physical appearance, which has a lot of the times in my past relationships and even sometimes now made me kind of distance myself from whoever it is that I'm talking to at the time. So you have to ask like what that is for you specifically. So don't be so hard on yourself, Leo, is basically what I'm saying. How this person sees you is the Six of Cups reversed and the Nine of Wands. This is somebody who feels like you're a bit tired. They may feel like you are either holding a grudge or there's still some bad blood between the two of you, but they may feel like you're either A, giving up on that, giving in, or B, giving in, or C, giving up. No, I'm sorry. Giving in, giving up, or tired. That's what I meant to say. So they feel like you're a bit exhausted from some kind of debacle that the two of you have had. I'm getting something about them feeling like sometimes you're not realistic about things. I don't know why I'm getting that. Because the Six of Cups reverse can sometimes be a little bit of a naivete, a pipe dream, things like that. So show me that Moon reversed. The Moon reversed with the Chariot reversed for this person's actions. This is somebody who may be revealing to you their fears. Give me one more for that, please. The Six of Swords. They're revealing to you some kind of fear that they have, or they may be also releasing some kind of fear and kind of moving on from it. So for instance, maybe this person has had an issue when it comes to being intimate with people. Maybe it's a fear for them to be too close or to reveal too much. They may be revealing that to you, and because they're revealing that to you, it seems like they're able to kind of move on from it or resolve it within themselves, which in turn is only going to promote the relationship in a healthier way. So if you are the first person that I read for, your advice is you're very close to achieving your goal. So something that specifically that you want with this person, you're almost there. You're getting ready to meet the mark, or they for you, whatever it is. So I want to say don't give up unless this person is just a total piece of crap, then this isn't your reading. For the second person, if you are the second person that I read for, you have show the world the real you. This is about being as authentic as you possibly can when it comes to not just this connection, but in general. Some of you may be people pleasers, or maybe you feel like you have to hide certain parts of yourself. I feel like there's a big reveal that's either going to happen or certainly needs to. And what that is going to be completely dependent on you. Try to be vulnerable if you can. So that's what I have for you, Leo and Crosswatcher. Thanks a lot and take care. Bye for now. You guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading or a private one-on-one session, whether text or a phone call, you can visit me at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. All of that information can be found in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment. Have a good one. Hi, Virgo. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's see what's happening between you and your person between March 8th through to the 14th. In your feelings, the Tower. How you see this person is the Knight of Swords reversed. We have Mars energy, so Aries, Scorpio, and we also have Gemini. Then we have the Five of Swords for your actions. In this person's feelings, the Death card, Scorpio energy again. How they see you is the Nine of Cups reversed. And their future actions, we have the Ten of Swords. Oof, definitely some rough cards so far, but let's see. Show me that Tower for Virgo's feelings. The Ace of Cups. Well, this is going to be really dependent upon your personal situation. So either there's going to be something that happens external from you, maybe something that this person says, maybe something that happens, something that this person does or doesn't do that surprises you or shocks you, and you realize like, okay, well, I just got to let this go, and you may decide to start brand new. For others of you, something is deconstructing in regards to your feelings. Something kind of pulls down this tower or this connection of love between the two of you to potentially give you guys the opportunity to rebuild it if this is a past connection or a connection with some kind of history. And with that Ace of Cups, I think you are willing to begin again, if that makes sense. The Knight of Swords reversed. For how you see this person with the Five of Cups. It's like you see them kind of whining about their circumstances, being sad about things, or having regrets, but either not talking about them or not taking accountability, or they're just being very passive about it. Maybe it's you ask them, hey, like, what's wrong? And they're like, oh, nothing's wrong. And you're like, okay, clearly, like, something's wrong, you know? So you see them just kind of moping about, but not really talking about it and just kind of going with the flow of things, although you probably find that to be frustrating. The Five of Swords with the Emperor for your actions. Well, you seem to have a very strong need for control. Not necessarily in like an abusive way or anything like that, but you're trying to put your feelings aside about a situation, and you're trying to maintain or create some level of authority for yourself in the relationship. So for instance, maybe you feel like this person is moping about, maybe they're not really taking the lead, maybe they're going through a tough time, and you're like, okay, well, I have to step it up here because this person is just kind of slacking, or because maybe they're really sick and you need to take care of them, or maybe they lost their job and now you have to step it up in some way. I do want to get one on that Five of Swords, the King of Swords. Okay, I don't think the Five of Swords is necessarily bad. Sometimes the Five of Swords is just about like winning, being very determined to win at all costs to a certain degree. And I think that you have your head in the game when it comes to this person. So to me, it seems like you're really trying to step it up. Reverse this if you need to. In your person's feelings, we have the Death and the Ace of Cups. Look at that. That's really weird. So this person feels like an evolution is taking place, and you feel like a deconstruction of the relationship, yet only to rebuild, is taking place as well. So there are some emotional changes that they're going through, but they still feel like they have something to offer, or they still love you, care about you, whatever it is. Maybe two of you are going through two separate endings and you're wanting to start something new with them. Maybe it's that you guys are trying to change your relationship in a healthy way and make changes yourself in order to have a new beginning between the two of you, something that is more mature, more stable, whatever that may be for you. How this person sees you, the 9 of Cups reversed and the 7 of Swords reversed. This person feels like you have some kind of guilt around some selfishness, or maybe some selfish action that you've been taking, did take. Maybe this person feels like you were just never grateful for them, and so you're confessing that, or maybe you're apologizing. I do want to see that 7 of Swords reversed, the Queen of Cups reversed. This person feels like at some point you may have broken their trust, and they see you as feeling guilty about it, or they see you being very honest about that. But I don't think that they trust you. That's the thing. It seems like this person does not trust you. And sometimes the 9 of Cups reverse can be unhealthy coping mechanisms. Maybe this person thought, okay, well, you know, Virgo said that they stopped drinking and I believe them, and then now they're confessing to me that they didn't stop drinking, or whatever it is. So let's see this 10 of Swords, the 8 of Wands reversed. Why the 10 of Swords? The King of Wands. One more. The Emperor. What is this person wanting Virgo to do? The 5 of Wands. They want you to fight for this. They're asking, like, where's your grit? Where's your masculinity? You know, it seems like they are either ending things or blocking you out or feeling betrayed because they want you to take more of the lead in a situation, which it seems like this may be exactly what's triggering you to do this, because I told you you're taking the lead, and this is why they were ending things, or why they feel betrayed, or why they're blocking you, or why they're not wanting to talk to you or shutting you out in some way. You know, and so they're like, this is an overkill. I feel like I'm forcing this. And it may actually propel you to step it up in some way, because what they want is some level of grit or fight from you. So, I mean, you're viewing them as like sad and focusing on the past, but not really talking about it. Tell me about that 5 of Cups, the Star, because you feel like they had certain expectations or higher hopes, or maybe you felt like they were vulnerable in the past, and maybe you didn't meet some kind of expectation, and now they're just like, well, there's no point. There's no point in even bringing it up, you know, or something to that effect. If you're the first person, your advice is confidence is the key to your success. So maybe there is a lack of confidence here. Maybe Spirit is telling you to step it up. Maybe you're going to find some new level of confidence. Maybe it's around this lunar eclipse in Virgo, you know, that we're having. Maybe that's what it is. But it's saying, like, if you just kind of fake the funk or try to do the inner work to become truly confident, as opposed to like playing a role, you will have more success than you anticipated in this relationship and otherwise. If you're the second person, your advice is don't let pride get in your way. Okay. So, you know, maybe you are. Maybe you're not willing to, I don't know, watch somebody have a glow up. It's like maybe you want it packaged just the way you want it in the moment that you want it. I don't know, but it's telling you that between where you are and what you want right now, one of the biggest issues is going to be your pride. I don't know why. Don't shoot the messenger. That's just your advice. Okay. So that's what I have for you, Virgo and Crosswatcher. Please take care, and hopefully I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. You guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading or a private one-on-one session, whether text or a phone call, you can visit me at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. All of that information can be found in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment. Have a good one. Okay, Libra, you are up. Let's see what's happening between you and your person between March 8th through to the 14th. So, in your feelings, we have the 7 of Pentacles. How you see your person is the 7 of Wands. Your future actions, the Hermit. We have Virgo here. In your person's feelings, the Knight of Swords reversed, Gemini energy. the Five of Pentacles for how they see you, and the Ace of Swords reversed for their actions. Okay, so let's see your feelings first. The Seven of Pentacles and the Hierophant. You definitely know what your morals, your values are. This can be a marriage or a committed relationship, or maybe that's what you're investing towards. Because you seem to be pretty invested in this person. You're willing to put forth an effort, spend time, maybe money, I don't know, whatever it is, but you're there. And this is your story. You're sticking to it. You're very committed to this person, or again, you're investing enough to be able to be committed, and they you. So I like it. It feels a bit traditional, or like you're wanting something traditional with them. The Seven of Wands for how you see them, however, with the Temperance reversed. You may feel like they're keeping you at arm's length, or maybe you feel like they're being a little bit unreasonable, a little bit defensive. You may feel like they're wanting to take shortcuts in the relationship, or you feel like they're just trying to kind of maintain what you guys have right now without actually expanding or moving forward. You may feel like sometimes they're impatient, or you may question, is this really balanced? Is this really reciprocal? Does this person want what I want? Because the Temperance reverse can represent a person who is impatient or is just trying to take shortcuts. Maybe they want to sleep together, but they don't want an actual committed relationship. Maybe it's something else. But whatever the case is, it looks like you're wanting something more traditional, and your feelings is very earthy. You're very invested, where you may feel like this person kind of has a chip on their shoulder, or they're growing impatient with you specifically. The Hermit for your future actions with the Page of Wands reverse. So you're kind of like, okay, well, I'm just going to back off. You seem to need to be alone. There's something that may trigger you. It may be a conversation, something that they say. You may feel like the progress that you've been attempting to make is for nothing, or you may feel like you have to take a step back and really reevaluate, what am I doing here? What am I getting out of this? Is this really who I am? Did I lose myself in this relationship, or whatever it may be? Because the Page of Wands reverse can be like, I'm not really confident in this. I'm not really confident enough to reach out. I'm not really confident enough to move forward. And that Hermit tells me you are taking a step back in some way, and it can be because of how you feel like they're acting. So in this person's feelings, we have, wow, so that's very telling. Because in your feelings, we have the Hierophant. In their feelings, they have the Hierophant reverse. This is somebody who's a little bit my way or the highway to an extent. I think when it comes to commitment, or when it comes to conformity, this person can get easily triggered and try to break out of a relationship, or they buck up against what is the normal. This may be somebody who actually wants something unconventional, or they may feel like they need to break free from the constraints of the connection for whatever reason. Because they don't really want to take action towards this, or they feel like they can't really talk to you about what they want. Like, this may be somebody who has very unconventional desires or wants, or maybe they have a different idea for what a marriage or relationship should look like, but they feel like they can't talk to you about it for some reason. I feel like it's out of fear. The Five of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords for how they view you. I think this is somebody who sees you as abandoning a conversation, or they may feel like you're having a conversation with them about money, or what you want, or what is missing. And they feel like you're being, honestly, they feel like what you're saying is justified. You mean what you say. Honestly, they don't even feel like you're totally wrong. And this may be somebody who feels like either A, you have abandonment issues, you're not getting a need that is met, or this person may fear that you're going to abandon them, or you're going to leave them because they can't give you what you want. And so maybe that's why they feel like they need to be silent, because there's a fear that you are going to leave or something like that. And then we have the Ace of Swords reverse with the Nine of Pentacles reverse. it's almost as if they're trying to prove that they don't need you. But it's not really coming from a place of confidence. Like if you have to prove to somebody that you don't need them, 8 out of 10 times it's going to be because of insecurity, because you actually are codependent, right? And I'm not trying to judge your person or anything like that, but it can be like, this is the best example I could give. This person may decide to stop talking to you or ghost you or decide not to have that conversation because they want to prove to you that they don't need the conversation. They don't need this relationship to feel good about themselves. But unfortunately, the Nine of Pentacles reverses is somebody who's overdoing something in order to look a certain way to others. So, like, for instance, footing the bill when you really don't have the money because you want to look rich, or, so that's kind of the vibe. Your advice for the first person that I read for is you and your loved ones are safe. So if you have a concern about that, if you have a concern about you and your loved ones, maybe this relationship, just the people that you care about in your family, or again, just the people that you care about in general, everything's going to be okay in that regard. For the second person, you have, what do you need to release? Okay, what do they need to release? The 10 of Cups reversed. You may have an old narrative in your mind about relationships. Maybe you have really tried to force certain relationships to work when they just didn't. If that's the case, then it's asking you to be more authentic. Maybe you need to release an old idea or identity around the relationship that you felt like you had to have or force yourself to please just for the sake of it. Or if you felt like you had to prove something. If something isn't working, you have to be honest with yourself and honest with others. So that's what I have for you, Libra and Cross Watcher. Thank you so much and make it a good week. Bye for now. You guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading or a private one-on-one session, whether text or a phone call, you can visit me at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. All of that information can be found in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment. Have a good one. Hey, Scorpio, I hope you guys are doing well. Let's see what is happening between you and your person between March 8th through to the 14th. In your feelings, the 3 of Cups reversed. I just heard that song Hostage by Billie Eilish. The Chariot reversed with how you see them. That's Cancer energy. We have the 2 of Swords for your future actions. And their feelings, we have the Judgment card, Scorpio energy or Plutonian energy. How they see you is the Knight of Pentacles, Virgo. And their future actions, the 2 of Pentacles. That's interesting. So in both of your actions, we have 2 and 2 here. So let's go ahead and start out with your feelings. Tell me about that 3 of Cups reversed. 3 of Cups reversed with the King of Wands. Why the 3 of Cups reversed? What is that? The 7 of Cups reversed. If there were any kind of third-party situations, you are deciding to potentially choose someone. I would imagine it would be this person. And it's because you're very attracted to them. You're wanting to take the lead. You're kind of ready to go at it, I guess you could say. For others of you, sorry about that. For others of you, if it's not about a third party, oh my God, let me silence that. I'm so sorry. For others of you, if it's not about a third party situation, then you may be deciding that maybe you need a little bit of alone time despite your attraction to this person. Maybe you're feeling like you're kind of needing to do your own thing for some reason. It can be that maybe this person said or did something and you're kind of like, okay, well, you know what, maybe I just need to take a little bit of space, and just kind of regroup or recalibrate. For others of you, it can be some kind of drama that ensued between you and them. And you're like, oh, okay, well, that was interesting. So there's definitely a reality check that you may be getting during this week. The way that you see them for this week is the Chariot reversed and the 3 of Wands reversed. You kind of feel like there's this lack of confidence, lack of courage, and or some kind of chaos that they're creating. You may feel like they're trying to force something. It's almost like they're trying to force some kind of plan, or they're upset because something didn't go their way. Now, again, this is just how you're viewing it, but it's your truth. It's how you're seeing it. So let's say, for instance, that you had planned a date and then you weren't able to do it. Now they're pissed off. You feel like they're bucking up against you, pushing up against you, and they're frustrated as to why you are canceling the date. This is just an example, okay? I would be cautious of any like car accidents or anything during this time, especially with your person, okay? So just be cautious with that. Any kind of like travel delays, travel issues. I'm not saying somebody's going to die or anything like that. I'm just saying like maybe tell your person to just to check their engine light or check their car, something like that. And again, because Mercury is retrograde right now, so be cautious of any kind of travel plan issues. Whoops. Then we have the Two of Swords and the Three of Pentacles reversed for your actions. So Scorpio, you're very well aware that you and this person are simply not on the same page. You're not picking up what they're putting down. They're not smelling what you're stepping in, you know, whatever it is. And you're trying to kind of avoid it. It seems like you're attempting to distance yourself a little bit, or you just don't want to talk about it. You're kind of putting on the blinders and you're like, yeah, we don't really have similar goals in mind, or me and this person are really not getting along, but I just don't want to talk about it. I kind of want to brush it under the rug. So be careful of sticking your head in the sand. This person's feelings, the Judgment, the Four of Wands. If this is a past connection, they're interested in reconciling with you, where you may not be interested in reconciling, especially with that Three of Cups reversed. This is somebody who's willing to be very honest with you. They may feel like you're a part of their higher path in some way, somebody who essentially wants to connect with you, go out with you, have a good time with you, and they feel like they have a good time with you. This may be somebody who wants to marry you, or if you guys have been dating for a while, maybe they want you to move in, or vice versa, or whatever it is. So they're willing to make big decisions in order to maybe make that happen. Maybe they just want to come visit you. I don't know. But it seems like they're wanting to come together in some way. The way that they're seeing you is the Knight of Pentacles and the Five of Cups. I'm almost getting like a fear energy, like they think you're afraid of something. Tell me why that Five of Cups is there. The Two of Wands. They feel like you're really taking your time, taking action towards them, because you're attempting to be cautious. And the reason why they feel like you're trying to be cautious is maybe they feel like you're trying to save their feelings. Maybe there's something they feel like you did in the past and you're afraid to talk about it. Maybe they did. Maybe you're afraid that you're going to regret something. That's how they see it. So when it comes to making plans with them, they feel like you're a bit apprehensive because either you're afraid you're going to do something you're going to regret, or you've already done something that you regret and you don't want to face it, or they did something. Whatever the case is, they feel like you're being incredibly cautious. Now, keep in mind, this is only their perspective. So whether this is true or not, don't know, don't care. I'm just telling you how they see it. Their actions towards you, Two of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles reverse. This is somebody that's feeling quite insecure about the connection. They're weighing the pros and cons of it as well. They're kind of like, okay, well, I guess I'm just going to go about the motions. I'm just going to try to make this happen. But like, what am I doing here? And the Queen of Pentacles reverse can be someone who is very critical of self, of others, sometimes just straight up mean. But in this scenario, I feel like that Queen of Pentacles reverse is somebody who's not feeling secure within themselves, yes, but also within the connection. So they're still kind of going about the motions, but they don't really feel like they're on solid ground with you specifically. For the first person I read for, your advice is your hard work is paying off. So like continue to bust your ass in whatever direction you feel like is applicable to you. Something is going to eventually pay off. And I don't know if that's in the relationship or that's something else entirely, but it's basically saying keep at it. For the second person, we have be bold and make the first move. So for some reason, second person, it's telling you to take initiative, whether that's you needing to reach out, needing to apologize, needing to request an apology, whatever it is, it's telling you that you have to be the one to take initiative if you want to see movement forward. So that's what I have for you, Scorpio and Crosswatcher. Thanks a lot and best of luck to you. Bye for now. You guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading or a private one-on-one session, whether text or a phone call, you can visit me at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. All of that information can be found in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment. Have a good one. Hey, Sag, I hope you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and see what's going on between you and your person between March 8th through to the 14th. In your feelings, the Nine of Pentacles. How you see this person is the Judgment. We have Scorpio energy. Your future actions towards them, the Six of Wands. Okay. In their feelings, the Six of Pentacles. They do value you. The Three of Wands reversed for how they see you. And the Ace of Pentacles reversed for their future actions towards you. Okay? Tell me about that Nine of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands. I mean, you're firstly taking responsibility for yourself, which I think is an admirable quality when you're talking to someone or when you're in a relationship. You know, the Nine of Pentacles reverse is a codependence. The Nine of Pentacles in the upright is, I don't really need anybody. If I want you, I want you. It's on my own accord. It's on my own terms. It's not out of convenience. So what you feel like you're responsible for is yourself. You're really feeling yourself this coming week. You know, if I'm not mistaken, we have the Sun and Mercury making a trine to your ruling planet, Jupiter. So it's like you're feeling pretty confident. You're feeling pretty good. Maybe you got some ideas. Maybe you're going to the spa. You're really taking care of yourself. And you are willing to take responsibility for the relationship. But I think that your biggest commitment is to yourself. The way that, okay, well, I can see why. The Judgment reversed with the Fool reversed in regards to how you see this person. You feel like the reason you and this person can't really move forward is because they can't. And you feel like the reason why they can't is because they're in denial about who they are. They're in denial about a mistake that they've made. They're refusing to take accountability for how the relationship got here, or how the connection did, or how they did. And you feel like that is what is impeding the growth of the connection altogether, is because of their lack of accountability. Then we have the Six of Wands and the Eight of Swords reverse with your for your action towards them. They may be giving you some level of attention, or you to them, and you're not like in your head about it. You're not like, oh God, are they looking at me? Are they paying attention to me? Are they appreciating me? You're just kind of like doing your own thing and feeling really good about yourself. I don't really get like a negative vibe from you. It's more so about how you see them, that you're kind of like, ah, well, you know, that's your personal issue, you know, or whatever it is. So let's see this person. The Six of Pentacles with the Queen of Wands reversed. They really value you. Now, I can't tell if this person is the Queen of Wands reversed or you are. So if you are this Queen of Wands reversed in their feelings, it's like they're willing to spend money on you. They're willing to, you know, have this equal give and take, but they may feel like you're jealous, or you're always upset about something, or you have insecurities. But based on your energy, I'm not really seeing that. So if it's them, but take it as it resonates, if it's them, they do feel like there's some level of equal give and take, and they're willing to give a lot to the connection, because I do genuinely believe that they value it, but they may have some jealousies. Why is the Queen of Wands reversed? The Strength reversed. I don't think this person is very confident within themselves. So for instance, let's say that you have a big friend group and you're really popular, especially with that Six of Wands and that Nine of Pentacles, right? They may have issues around that. They may be like, oh, well, you know, Sagittarius is just going to find somebody else, or Sagittarius is going to want somebody else, or somebody's going to want Sagittarius. So I think it's like they see the value in the connection, they're willing to give to it, but I also feel like their insecurities kind of get the best of them. The way that they see you, ooh, the Three of Wands reversed and the Three of Cups reversed. Well, it's can be a couple of different things or just one. The first one, or the first situation that I see, is this person can see you as kind of dropping the ball a little bit when it comes to a reconciliation between you and them. So maybe you made some kind of plan, or they did, or whatever. It didn't work out. You seem to be frustrated. At least that's how they're viewing it. And you're deciding, you know what? I'm throwing up my hands. I don't even care. Whatever. We're not coming together. We're not going to hang out. Blah, blah, blah. For others of you, they feel like you're getting frustrated because a lot of people maybe want your attention, or there's some kind of drama that is occurring within the connection that they maybe feel like you're creating in some way, whether that's true or not. So there's maybe either third party situations or some kind of drama, or plans not really working out, and they feel like you're ultimately frustrated by it. Their future actions, the Ace of Pentacles reversed and the Tower. They seem to not really be planting any seeds with you. They're not really putting in an effort. It feels like they are missing an opportunity with you, but it's it's like they're letting it all burn to the ground. You know what? Fuck it. I'm putting my hands up, whatever. They seem to be upset. Okay. Can you tell me about that tower? The Nine of Swords. It can be because of their own insecurities or because of their own worries, to be honest. But I don't know. Okay. Um, so for the first person, your advice is balance spirituality and practicality. So, you know, when it comes to your work and your day to day and your routine versus your meditation and your nature walks, it's just simply asking you to find balance within those for some reason. For the second person, your advice is expect powerful change. How? The Ace of Wands reverse. So something may happen that is going to really inspire you. Maybe it's going to inspire you to go have the biggest glow up of your life. Maybe it's going to inspire you to finally start that business that you wanted to start or write that book that you wanted to. Maybe there's going to be some kind of big, powerful change due to something that didn't work out and it actually changes for the better. So, some things to look forward to, I think. Thank you so much, Sagittarius and Crosswatcher. I hope you guys make it a great week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading or a private one-on-one session, whether text or a phone call, you can visit me at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. All of that information can be found in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment. Have a good one. Hi, Capricorn. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and see what's going on between you and your person between March 8th through to the 14th. In your feelings, we have the Seven of Swords. All right, off to a great start. All right, and then how you see this person, the Page of Pentacles, Taurus energy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Two of Wands reversed for your actions. For some of you, this can be a younger person or a younger earth sign. Doesn't have to be, just general readings. The Hierophant reversed, Taurus energy again in their feelings. How they see you is the Four of Swords reversed. And then we have the Page of Wands reversed for their actions. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So let's see your feelings. Tell me about that Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords with the Wheel of Fortune. In some ways, you feel like this person has been a great teacher for you, Capricorn, with that Wheel of Fortune. And I believe that you want movement forward. But there's something that you may be avoiding. You may be trying to self-preserve, or you may be feeling very protective of yourself in some kind of way. I do want to see why the Seven of Swords is there. The Eight of Pentacles. I don't know why I got this, and please reverse it if you need to, but I almost feel like you're trying to get more than the effort that you're willing to put in. Okay. And now that's meant for stocks, right? not always for relationships, although it can work. And that's kind of what I'm getting. But you feel like there's something about this connection that is so beneficial for you. But I think that you're trying to get as much as you can with less effort, which is like great, right? I get it. Work smarter, not harder. I'm a quadruple earth sign, so I get it. I don't know why I'm getting that. Tell me about that Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles for the Ten of Wands. You see this as somebody who's a very hard worker, who when they put their mind to something, they can get shit done. They can really make things happen for themselves. They can make things happen for you, potentially. I want you to be cautious of like maybe trying to ride this person's coattails a little bit, unless you're like a sugar baby or something. I'm all for that. Okay, gang, go for it. Okay, like, you know, whatever. Been there, done that. But I really think that you feel like this person not only pulls their own weight, but also yours. That's how you see it. And you're like, yeah, I'm just kind of going with the flow. I just don't really want to put in that much work. You know, it's just, I just kind of want to relax. Honestly, I get it, you know, unless you're like a man, then I don't know about that. But okay, I'm getting into politics, I feel. The Two of Wands reversed and the Justice. you may be a little apprehensive to fully commit, or you may feel like a decision that you want to make, you're kind of undecided. What is that justice about? The Ace of Wands. You seem to be a little bit, you're kind of stuck at a crossroads in regards to how to start with this person, or whether to have a new start with them, whether you're attracted to them. Because it feels like you're trying to keep things very practical, logical, a little detached is what I'm getting. Why is the Two of Wands reversed though? The Hierophant. Yeah, there's something about you being apprehensive in regards to a commitment that you've made to this person for some reason. You're like, I don't know. I don't know about this. I don't know if I want this. Do I want this? Does this make me excited? Does this bring joy to my life? You're a little wishy-washy about it. In this person's feelings, the Hierophant reversed and the Eight of Swords. They're like, is this what I want? Does this align with my morals, my values, what I want long term? Is this a little unconventional? I don't really know how I feel about that. So I think that they might be in the same boat as you a little bit. They may be kind of feeling stuck for some reason, or kind of feeling the need like to break out, or what did I get myself into? Can I get one more on that? The Four of Wands, damn. They're just like you in your actions. They're undecided. Do I commit or do I break free from this? They're in the same boat. How they see you is the Four of Swords reversed and the Sun reversed. They feel like you're all about me, 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 me. I'm getting a lot of that energy for this week. And I mean, Saturn and Neptune are in Aries now, fresh energy, especially Saturn and Neptune and Aries at the same time. We've never seen this before in our lifetime. So we can see a lot of that kind of energy, and this person feels like maybe it's a healing mechanism for you to do this. Maybe when you were younger, you were very focused on what everybody else wants, and now you're like, well, what do I want? And so they feel like you're being a little selfish. They may feel like you're in your ego, or you're being immature, childish in some kind of way, whether that's true or not. The Page of Wands reversed and the Five of Pentacles reversed. I need one more with the Ace of Cups. If there's been any kind of disconnect between the two of you, if they have been trying to like delay that communication, or if they have been delaying some kind of reconciliation, or maybe they owe you money or something, or they do owe you something in general, they could have been putting that off, and now it feels like they're offering you something legitimate. So that must be what these actions are. You're like, I don't know, do I want this? They are trying to offer you something. So this indecision where they're like, oh God, do I really want this, or do I need to get the hell out of here before I screw myself? It's like, no, they're offering you something. So that's their decision. So for the first person, your advice is believe in the impossible. Can you clarify that for me, please? The Five of Pentacles, don't sell yourself short. I'm not telling you to be an asshole or be selfish or anything like that, but don't sell yourself short. I think what you truly want in life, you can have. I think you know that with that Wheel of Fortune and the feelings. For the second person, you have conclusions are within reach. What conclusions? The Two of Cups. So I feel like this is going to work out. Okay, if I'm going to be honest, it seems like it works out. Like, I think you guys, yes, may have some disagreements, maybe in regards to politics, maybe in regards to finances, what a relationship should look like. But to me, this looks like it's going to work out. For better, for worse. For now, it looks somewhat for the better. So that's what I have for you, Capricorn. I think you guys probably had the best reading, but I hope you have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading or a private one-on-one session, whether text or a phone call, you can visit me at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. All of that information can be found in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment. Have a good one. Hello, Aquarius. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and see what is going on between you and your person between March 8th through to the 14th. In your feelings, you have the Three of Cups. Okay. How you view this person is the Devil. Could be dealing with the Capricorn. The Queen of Cups reversed for your actions, Cancerian energy. And this person's feelings for you is the Ace of Swords. They want to talk to you. The Temperance for how they see you, Sagittarius. And then the Hermit, Virgo energy for their actions. So something must happen between feelings and actions because it's not ending the way it's starting. So let's see that Three of Cups. So before, you may have been, with the Eight of Swords reversed, you may have been indecisive on whether or not to get together with this person, reconcile, have a conversation, open up the line of communication. But this week, you seem to be pretty open to it. I'm almost getting like a sense of optimism coming from you. Like you seem to be more optimistic to be able to talk to this person or let this person in for whatever reason. But for whatever reason, you are also apprehensive or uncertain from before. But now you feel certain. How you see this person, the Devil and the King of Wands reverse. Well, you are certainly looking at them, maybe not in the best light, and maybe for a good reason. I really don't know them. You see them this week as somebody who's really attached to their ego, attached to how you see them. You feel like they're attached to how they're being viewed or validated. And you may feel like that's coming from a place of fear and deep wounds and or insecurities. So you can feel like this person is actually quite toxic, but there may be something that's incredibly tempting about the connection. Something that is, I'm almost getting feral or not really animalistic, but it's very tempting is the best way I can put it. Even though I think you feel like they're toxic. The Queen of Cups reversed with the Seven of Wands reversed. You don't really trust letting your guard down, but you may very well do that anyway. And if you're not really letting your guard down, you can feel intimidated by this person or a bit defensive because you don't really trust them. You may feel like there's something about their vibe, or maybe it's because they're being defensive and you're like, okay, why are you being so weird? Maybe you feel like their insecurities are reason enough for you not to trust them. Why is this person so insecure? Why is this person trying to assert some kind of wacky dominance over me? Are they that emasculated or are they that insecure? So you're not really trusting the situation. So in their feelings, Ace of Swords and the Eight of Wands. For some of you, this can be a long distance connection, but this is somebody who knows that they want to talk to you as well, because you both seem to want to get together, want to have a conversation, want to reconcile. Again, it may be somebody that's at a distance from you, but they want to pick up the phone. They want to text you. They want to DM you. They want to call you. They may want to come and see you. What do they want to talk about here? The Ten of Cups reversed. If you guys had a break or a divorce, or if something hasn't been really working, they're going to want to talk about that. Potentially on how to fix it. They may want to express themselves to you and express their feelings. It seems like they have a lot to say. For others of you, if this person has another relationship or you do, then they may want to discuss that, which, you know, it's going to be dependent upon you on whether you're willing to do that or not. Then we have how they view you, the Temperance and the Page of Pentacles reverse. They don't really feel like you're putting in a whole bunch of effort. You know, you're not racing to the finish line to try to make them love you. You're not putting in or investing a bunch of time and energy you're just kind of like where you are. You're content with who you are and where you are in the very moment. And they may feel like they're kind of missing an opportunity with you, because the way that you're portraying yourself is very cool, calm, collected, balanced. You're okay with whatever outcome comes about. Now, whether that's true or not, that's how they see it. They may even feel like you're a bit bored, but you're patient with what's going on this week. Wow. The Hermit and the Ace of Pentacles. They want to offer you something, but they're also thinking about like, well, what do I have to offer? Do I have something legitimate to offer? And this person is trying to figure that out within themselves. I want to get one more. Yeah, the Five of Wands. They're having a bit of internal conflict. Is what I have to offer legitimate enough? Because the Hermit can be quite humbling. God, I'm so sorry. My shoulder hurts so bad. The Hermit can be quite humbling in nature. And so it feels like they're being humbled. And I think that's because they can detect that you're really just kind of chill and going with the flow about things. But I also think that they feel like you're not really feeling it, or you don't really trust them. So, in regards to the first person, for your advice, we have a personal issue reaches a resolution. What's the advice for that? The Nine of Swords reverse. I wouldn't worry too much. Like, if you're concerned about this, or you've been overthinking, or losing sleep over this, I really wouldn't, because it seems like something gets worked out or something gets figured out. For the second person, your advice is communication is key. Okay, give me advice on that. The Six of Cups reverse. Coming into the conversation or the connection with any kind of spite or bad blood, maybe that you're holding, it's okay to have negative feelings. Absolutely do that. But try to offer some level of vulnerability and transparency, because that's absolutely what's going to build trust in the long run. So that's what I have for you, Aquarius and Crosswatcher. Thank you guys so much, and take it easy. Bye for now. You guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading or a private one-on-one session, whether text or a phone call, you can visit me at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. All of that information can be found in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment. Have a good one. Hey Pisces, I hope you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and see what's going on between you and your person between March 8th through to the 14th. So in your feelings, the Hangman reverse, some of you are dealing with another Pisces. How you see this person is the Ten of Swords reversed. Oops. And then we have the Two of Pentacles for your future actions. And their feelings, the Ten of Pentacles, okay, damn. The Two of Pentacles for how they view you. So they're judging you by your actions. And then the Eight of Cups reversed for their actions. There's a bit of a comeback around here. Tell me about that Hangman reverse for Pisces feelings. The World. Give me one more on that World. The Nine of Pentacles reverse. You may be kind of done sacrificing for this person, especially if you feel like you've given up a lot, or you felt like you've constantly had to prove yourself. Maybe there's some level of codependency here. Maybe it's something else entirely. But you seem to be at peace with not feeling like you need to do that anymore. Not feeling like you need to prove yourself. Not feeling like you have to show up and perform for this person or whatever it may be. You're kind of at, I don't want to say your breaking point, because I don't think you're breaking. I think that you are becoming more emboldened to be yourself and to close out certain behaviors within yourself that aren't really working in this relationship and certainly aren't serving you anymore. So for instance, if you felt like you constantly needed this person's approval, I feel like you're done with that. If you feel like you have been constantly over-giving, over-serving, over-trying, you're done with that. How you see this person, Pisces energy again, the Ten of Swords reverse, and the High Priestess. Tell me about that High Priestess. The Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So you feel like this person is very desirable, very attractive, good looking, maybe somebody that you're very sexually attracted to as well. This can be somebody who actually has a tarot business. And the reason why I say that is the High Priestess can be the tarot reader, or even the writer, the mystic, the intuitive, occult mysteries, right? And then the Queen of Pentacles is like the businesswoman or businessman. And so for some of you, this person may have even maybe even have like a therapy kind of career or something like that. That's just a side note. But you see this person and you feel like they're growing and they're reaching some kind of new height or potential this coming week. And you feel like that's because they're making something of their circumstances. They're not carrying the past with them. They're not backpacking around with their fears and their regrets and their weaknesses. You see them taking all of those things and seeing what they can do with that, seeing what they can make and or build with those unfortunate events, if that makes sense. So for instance, if you guys had a really bad breakup or something, you feel like they're making something of themselves, and this may actually inspire you in some way, especially with that world there. So you may be looking for some level of closure with this person or some level of understanding. I would be cautious because you may be having a very kind of like closed perspective. Okay. It may be like kind of a rigid perspective only because you're trying to like prove something. The Two of Pentacles with the Empress. This is for your actions. Because this person is showing up as the feminine, I'm going to assume that this Empress is this person. So this may be the mother of your child, or this may be somebody who is very feminine, you know, a mother figure. It seems like you're business as usual. You're going about the motions. You're trying to make it work, although it feels like you're barely hanging on for some reason, but you feel like this person is worth it. Now, if you're this Empress, even if you're a man, you're showing up, you're nurturing the connection. You're not chasing this person down or anything because you may feel like, well, I know my worth now, especially because of what we saw here. But nonetheless, you know, you're there, you're present. In this person's feelings, we have the Ten of Pentacles and the World reverse. This person may see a future with you. Okay, so they feel like this has the longevity to see this through. They may feel like you're somebody they could marry, or maybe you guys are married, or somebody that they could do business with, somebody that they could do life with. But there's unfinished business, unspoken words, past tensions that still need to be resolved. What is that World reversed about? The King of Wands. It can be something regarding you taking the lead more, stepping up to the plate, so to speak. The Two of Pentacles for how they see you with the Nine of Pentacles. So they see you doing your thing. They see you looking good. They're very attracted to you. They feel like you're very financially focused. You're trying to enjoy your life. You're having a good day, a good week, whatever it may be. And it's a very stable energy in how they perceive you, and you both are viewing each other as very stable. So I like it. I don't have anything negative to say about that one. The Eight of Cups reversed and the Four of Pentacles. This person isn't letting you go. They're definitely circling back. They're still kind of holding on, but I think they're a little apprehensive. Why is that? The Six of Pentacles reversed. They may fear that you don't value them, or they may feel like something is not equal to some extent. So there's a fear of like losing out on money, for instance, or there's a fear of maybe you taking something from them, or there's a fear of unrequited love, or whatever it may be. So this person, there's something about this person. I don't want to say they're like hiding money, but they're kind of like hoarding their finances, or they're like, it seems like they are trying to avoid you knowing something about money. Like they're trying to keep something from you because they're afraid you're going to take something from them. Anyway, something like that. So advice for the first person, we have emotions are running high. Advice for that, the Six of Pentacles reverse. There can be a financial situation that hits a peak. It's asking you to either A, be cautious of this person taking advantage of you, either financially or otherwise, or you needing to be cautious of taking advantage of this person. Okay, because things can really spin out of control and cause a shitstorm. If you were the second person, it says look at the bigger picture. What's the bigger picture? The Death card. In order for you guys to focus on the bigger picture, some kind of deep, visceral change needs to take place. Something needs to be gutted from the inside out and needs to be revolutionized. There needs to be an evolution within self, within the both of you. and in regards to the relationship. And the relationship can only evolve once both people take accountability for themselves and how they themselves need to evolve. So that's what I have for you, Pisces and Crosswatcher. Thank you guys so much, and take care. Make it a great week. Bye for now. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading or a private one-on-one session, whether text or a phone call, you can visit me at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. All of that information can be found in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment. Have a good one.